So for this second video today, we're going to be going over a different method of budgeting. This is one that I personally really like to use, that is envelope budgeting. This is one that you don't have to just do physically. It doesn't require, two or multiple envelopes in cash. It's one that you can utilize either things like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets in order to make a kind of like line budget that helps with these. But what we're going to talk about first here is just kind of how this works. So the envelope budgeting is more of an allocation-based budgeting system. So what you would do is you would take however much money, allocate it to one section of spending. So like say, for example, $20 a week in fun money. That's your fun money envelope. That is some like you can go get coffee at Dunkin' or Starbucks once every couple of days, something like that, to spend over the course of 1 week. I know $20 is not the most accurate thing. That coffee's expensive. But anyways, so you take that money, you put it in here. That is the only money you have to spend in that area. When this runs out, you don't buy any more of that stuff. Another area that you could do this for is, say, for example, groceries. Not going to pretend like $20 is going to buy you enough groceries. So we're going to put 40 into, say, this envelope. This envelope would be your groceries envelope. And so you would know that as you're getting low on this, that you're starting to spend too much money from what you have allocated to your groceries. So you're making sure that you're staying within, like it's all for staying within your means. You want to try and make sure that you are staying within your means following this budgeting method. So if you're only making $1,000 a month, you're probably going to want to make sure that you're not living above your means, because that's only $12,000 a year. That's well below the poverty line. Probably isn't workable in most states. However, that's just the example that I chose. You're probably going to want to try and focus the spending less than $100 a month on groceries at that point. So you would take, say, for example, we'll say these are 520s instead of 220s. Put those in there. And then eventually, say you get to week 2, all of a sudden, you've only got these 220s left in there. Well, now you got to know that you got to start budgeting your grocerying a little bit better to make sure that you don't run out of money. Now, you can always, whenever it comes to these allocations, take money from things like your wants and move them over to your needs if you need to. I would just never recommend moving something from needs over to wants. Obviously, you shouldn't go blow all of your groceries money on getting Starbucks every single day of the week. So it's a matter of just kind of allocating your funds and staying within your means is one of those big ones. But yeah, that's all that I have for this video today.